Alrighty folks, welcome back to Mildly Interesting, brought to you once again by the like button, conveniently located right below the video. It's pretty cool. Let's start off with number 19. My new wok has circles for measuring oil. Whenever the topic of woks is brought up, it's kind of ruined by a story of Nick. He doesn't edit the videos here on this channel. He edits the main channel videos for those of you who are not familiar with him. He's also been in a lot of videos there. And there was a time when he was once very inebriated at a party and he had to go to the bathroom, but the bathroom was occupied. So the next best thing was to grab a wok. And now that's what I think of every time that a wok is brought up. Also, I just really want someone to create a restaurant, probably already exists somewhere, but it's supposed to be called Walk This Way, which is a play off of a popular Aerosmith song, except it's wok, W-O-K, and they do wok cooking. It probably exists, just like all the puns with pho. I'm sure this has been done, but I haven't seen it in person, and I'll eat there if I ever do. Anyway, this seems convenient, skips a step, but what happens if you don't pour it perfectly centered or it doesn't spread perfectly even? Anyway, questions we won't worry about. This building I saw while on vacation is made to look upside down. Where would this happen anywhere but like Universal Studios? I can't picture this being something anywhere other than that, but I do know that it's not at Universal Studios as I've been to both of them. And I feel like I would remember this. But I hope that you go inside and everything is on the ceiling and upside down, because that would be pretty great. And that you can like go upstairs, but you're actually walking through the upside down cupboard because you'd be like on the inside of the stairs, you know, and then you, anyway, it'd be cool. But that's pretty nifty. Very a lot of effort at anywhere other than the theme park. So pretty cool. My dog has a spot that's near a perfect circle. If you didn't name your dog Spots, just saying, what were you thinking? I'm sure this spot was visible when you got your dog. So I hope you named it Spot, or I hope if it was a rescue that wherever you rescued it from, name the dog Spot and you kept the name. I actually don't know, because I've never adopted a pet. I've never actually had a pet since I've lived on my own. Do most people keep the names that the pets are given prior to the adoption? I mean, it seems like the pet would probably get used to it, and then it'd just be convenient to continue it. And then you also don't have to go through the whole thing of having to figure out a name. Like, that would be such a big decision, and I was never good at it growing up, because I ended up just calling our cat Kitty and my lizards Lizzie, because I was like, I don't know, it feels weird calling it a human name because it's not a human, but also the stereotypical pet names, they're bad and stereotypical, so I just, Lizzie and Kitty, great at names. I'd probably just call it Doggo, just like in Minecraft. A sign instructing parents not to be dicks. Please remember, these are kids, this is a game, the coaches volunteer, the referees are human. They won't remember the play, only how you reacted. No college scholarships will be handed out today. Don't get into fist fights, okay? Please do not scream at the children. This is not the NFL. My God, calm down. Your child is 5 years old, okay? This is not like they are battling for a career for the rest of their lives today here at age 5. There's plenty of time. Okay, there's plenty of time. You don't have to exercise your long-lost hopes and dreams of being in professional sports on your 5-year-old here in the field. Okay, we can do this peacefully. Thank you so much. Oh, it's always funny to see parents going crazy at children's sports games. This rock that looks like a half-eaten potato. I guess it does. Where did you find that? I'm just thinking, like, you were out on a hike and then you saw a rock. And then you were just like, wait, what is it about that rock? I gotta get a closer look. You're like, oh, something about that rock caught my eye. Ah, I know what it is. I cook potatoes a lot. This one looks like a potato. I should take that home and give it a post on Reddit. And lo and behold, dude, I got some serious karma, so it all worked out. What a plan. Executed to perfection. Still, though, yeah, it's impressive. It almost, like, it has that little, you know, potatoes have the imperfections on them. It has a little more brown spots of imperfection. It's very impressive, dude. Very impressive find. Just more impressive that you found it in the first place. Came across some dinosaurs in the woods. I mean, that'd be kind of cool, actually, to stumble across. You'd have to wonder just, like, who made it. Maybe what happened here? Dude, you probably stumbled across, like, one of the remnant sites of a YouTuber who does those wilderness videos. Bro, I always wonder, okay, because those channels, some of them just absolutely pop off over the years. And so I wonder, like, do they get done building their primitive dirt hut? And then the camera turns around as they retreat back into their very large, well-appointed homes with many luxury amenities, drive their very nice cars to the grocery store, come back, live a life of luxury, and then it's like, all right, it's time to go into the dirt there, make some primitive stuff for a YouTube video to keep sustaining this. I've always wondered, because they get so many views on those channels. I'm like, you guys, I mean, this must be your backyard. And you just have a crazy set, massive acreage, and you make your videos there, and then you go back to your real nice house after it's all said and done. Why bother living out there in the wilderness in the huts when you just got the real nice place to retreat to? Maybe they made dinosaurs in one of them. I mean, that's a pretty cool idea for a little variety. The power went out at the Sears Tower. Oh, that's the final boss in Minecraft Dungeons coming to the real world. Or maybe this will be like the next Minecraft story mode. But that's absolutely terrifying. Why the heck does it have an Enderman face? This is the Lord Enderman. And too many people have stared at him and he's coming for revenge. I mean, when you are the tallest building in Chicago, right? A lot of people have looked at it and finally he's like, I've had enough. I learned restraint, unlike my fellow Endermen, but it can only last for so long. Now it's time for me to get all of you for looking at me. How dare you? This snowman air bubble in my soy sauce packet. I mean, just the sheer coincidence of timing that you have to even notice this, and it's like the reflection looks like there's a little arm there, and just how did everything line up to even make this a possibility? This is amazing. What a cute little guy that you then just proceeded to desecrate, probably by moving the package ever so slightly. I'm impressed that you managed to notice it, grab the phone, and do this before anything shifted, before the air bubbles moved at all. Well done. At least now it lives on forever in our memory, even if you just spewed it onto your food right after. Poor thing. This morning there was a swan in my swimming pool. Swans are dicks, aren't they? You don't want that. You go into your backyard and the swan's gonna be like, yeah, this is mine now. Go away. And that's probably not going to be super fun when it tries to attack you. Although, have you ever seen the videos of swans being really annoying and aggressive and then the person grabs it by the neck? I think there's just one, but the person grabs it by the neck and just yeets it. I mean, the swan was being a dick first, okay? I'm not condoning being mean to animals, but the swan was definitely the one provoking this altercation. And the guy was not having it. Either way, hey, if I post an image of a crow being a dick and taking carryout containers to the edge of my swimming pool, can I get on the front of Mildly Interesting? Because I still have a crow problem. I put out a rubber snake, and I swear to God, it was the little sparrows, because sparrows will take little baths on the edge of my pool. I swear, for the first bit, the crows weren't going there anymore. The sparrows aren't afraid, or they don't notice the snake, because they're little lower food chain boys. And then the crow must have looked at the sparrows and been like, what are they seeing that I'm not? And then as soon as the crow saw that the sparrows were chill, the crow was like, I guess I'm okay. And then it came back. God dang, crows with their deductive reasoning. It's really not cool. A cherry just grew alone in the middle of my tree. Are you George Washington? Because I heard George Washington can go up to cherry trees and he can just like conjure up cherries. You know, that was his special ability. That's how he got elected first president of the United States, was his special cherry abilities. He only chopped it down, actually, so that he could then, like, reconjure up a giant cherry out of the stump. Little known facts about history. Looks like they're flying to the moon. You know, it's kind of topical that some folks went and actually blasted off to the space station recently. It's so impressive. The booster returning vertically onto a barge in the ocean to be reusable. Oh my god, that's so cool. That's so cool. I'm sorry, airplane, but you're not cool because you can't fall back to Earth as a vertical tube and stabilize yourself and land on a barge in the ocean. Like, stupid plane needs a long runway. What's up with that? That's so primitive, dude. Like, it can't just go straight back down and... dumb. Lemons float, limes sink. You know, actually, God, I've literally witnessed this and it didn't really register to me. Why didn't I think about that? Why didn't I go, oh, hey, huh. Yeah, why are the limes up there and the lemons are up there and the limes are down? Unless, of course, it's one lemon and one lime that's in here, and I'm sure that there can be some variations in density between certain fruits of the same type. Like, there could probably be a lemon that sinks somewhere in the world, and there could probably be a lime somewhere that floats. Or maybe I'm totally mistaken. Maybe that's just like an innate property of lemons and limes, is that limes are denser than water and lemons are not. Could be a thing. The smallest maple tree leaf I've ever seen. I'm more interested in how you actually notice the thing. Like, there's a lot of leaves there in the background. I presume you were, like, sweeping up leaves. How do you even see that? If it's in a sea of large maple leaves and you managed to eagle eye pick that one out. Very impressive. You have very good vision. I'm sure there's some job out there that, like, requires extremely stellar observational skills to pick things out, small things out of a big picture. Professional Where's Waldo tournaments, you'd be ace at that. My great-grandma's medical bill from 1950. X-ray, operating room, $7.50. From Wisconsin. See, the thing here, the key point to note is that this is the United States, because in other countries, you'd be like, $7.50 is very expensive. If you have government-covered healthcare, you'd be like, wait, why isn't it zero? But in relation to medical bills nowadays in the United States, this is very cheap. $7.50 would be a bit of a dream if you had to cover your own bill for an X-ray and operating room. That would be more like multiply those by at least 100. Fortunately, I haven't had too many medical issues I've had to worry about, but it's a little scary if it ever happens. And that said, like, I'm in a pretty decent, okay place financially, and it's still concerning. Which means that, like, if you're not in a place with savings to back you up, yeah, it's got to be really terrifying here. So, anyway, if only it were $7.50 still. This shadow from two different trees in my parking lot. Why does it look green? Is the building green? Why is the shadow green? I didn't know that shadows had colors. This is kind of fascinating. Huh. Was the color of the photo altered in post? Was the saturation bumped or something? I guess everything kind of looks green. The sidewalk looks green. Maybe the white balance is just off. Either way, that's pretty cool. My dog runs around my pool in the exact same track so much, there's a ring of dirt in the grass. Wow. That's a lot of running. Your dog must be in really good shape. That's some, like, cartoon stuff right there. I can picture just a dog running around in circles for ages around, I don't know, like a cat in a tree, that it just digs itself a path. I mean, I guess over time, you know? You get that subtle kind of, like, you see the grass indented and it's like, well, I might as well run in that shape over and over again. Why change my path? It's pretty efficient, works super well for me. It's like taking the best line around a racetrack, so it's stuck with that. And eventually there's going to be like a trench in your backyard. You're going to be like, I should have fixed that earlier. Now it's going to be a pain. My lava lamp threw me the peace sign day. It looks like a devil ET or something like that. It's kind of creepy, I'm not gonna lie. Also, though, like, was this midway through actually doing its thing, or did it just freeze in that position? Because I'd be very impressed if you managed to get your phone, get the photo as it was doing its bubbly thing. Bro, when I was like 6 years old, I went through this period where I thought lava lamps were the coolest thing ever, and I had to get a couple for my room. And then very shortly after, I was like, why do I want to constantly be running this really hot thing on my desk that's a hazard? If I accidentally bump into it, it'll just burn me. And then my lava lamp phase ended, but man, the first time I saw one of those, I thought it was the coolest thing ever, and I had to have it. Seeing those bubbles go up, simpler times. I own a crisp $100 bill from 1934, along with a letter from the Secret Service requesting it be destroyed. Dear Sir or Madam, the note described on the included SSF 1604 counterfeit note report received this office on March 1st, 2011, which you sent for examination has been determined to be genuine and is being returned to you. Although it has been determined to be genuine, this note should be turned into the Federal Reserve Bank as mutilated currency due to its poor condition. Thank you for your cooperation. It doesn't look like poor condition. That actually looks really good. Why are you going to say it's poor condition? You gaslighting me, dude? What the heck is a $100 bill supposed to look like? Huh. So you got this, and you were like, I don't think this is real. So you went so far to send it into the Secret Service for them to look at, and they were like, no, it's actually legit. But also you should dispose of it because it's in poor condition. Why would they give you that? It's like, no, clearly I can see the bill. Why would you tell me it's in poor condition if I literally have the bill? This is the worst explanation ever. Why don't you just say it should be destroyed because it's really old and it should be out of circulation? Give the right explanation. You chose the wrong preset response on your computer. That's pretty cool, though. Why would you ever actually dispose of a 1930s bill? I guess it's because you can go turn it into the bank and you can get an actual usable $100 bill for it. So there's that. But otherwise, you just have to essentially pay $100 in order to keep the $100 bill as a keepsake. Wow, what a rebel you are, dude. Not following the orders of the Secret Service. And the top for the last month, the ratio of strawberries to cereal in 2 boxes of Special K. You know, I've always wanted to do this with Lucky Charms and Captain Crunch. Any cereal that has a particular, like, you want the marshmallows, you want the crunch berries, dude, and you want to see, like, how it breaks down, what the ratio is. This is the less exciting version because it's, like, dried strawberries and sugary flakes, but Captain Crunch, Lucky Charms. I bet if somebody went and followed this post up with a breakdown of Lucky Charms, people would be into it. That said, like, full-on Lucky Charm marshmallows only would be a little bit overwhelming. I don't think I'd be into that, but I always ate up all the bland cereal bits of the Lucky Charms and filtered out the marshmallows, and then I just saved all the marshmallows for last. And then the marshmallows would have been marinating in milk for a super long time. And then it's just, I get the marshmallows and followed up with the brilliant, amazing milk. Oh, that was where it's at. Same thing for Captain Crunch. It's always my dad's house. Every 3 weeks, I'd see my dad, and I could have whatever cereal, and it was the best. Anyway, thank goodness I wasn't dealing with this. I wouldn't have filtered out the strawberries because I've been like, this bowl doesn't look as exciting at the end of things with a bunch of dried strawberries sitting in there. That's it. Thanks for watching the last month of Mildly Interesting. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Make sure to like if you liked. Check out the playlist in the description if you want to catch more of these. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. That's where we'll leave it off. Thanks for watching. See you next time.